A lot of times when students are writing sentences, they write what they hear, which is fine. However, people speak badly sometimes, and so when we copy bad speech, then our sentences could be wrong. Also, many people write long sentences, but they don't know why it's correct or why it's wrong. And so this idea that I'm going to show you now shows how to build a sentence from basic structure, and then we know it's correct. So there are lots of rules that help us to know whether something's correct or not. I'm just going to give a basic idea. It's going to go kind of quickly on how to grow a sentence. So the 3 steps for growing a sentence: first, you write the basic structure. Second, we add modifiers. And third, we add details. Okay, so number 1, write the structure. Number 2, add modifiers. Number 3, details. So we have practiced in other videos the 6 basic structures that I like to teach, so I'll just write those over here. Follow a structure, either SV, SVO, SV adjective, interrogative, helping verb. Oh my goodness. The 4th one, is expletive, subject verb, or we could do helping verb, subject verb, which is the first question, or interrogative pronoun, helping verb, subject verb. Let me just do that to make it a little clearer. Those are the 6 basic structures that I teach, and I would like to just use a simple one. I'm going to use SVO in my example today. So really simple: monkeys visit zoos. Okay, so I'm using SVO as my simple structure. Now, as we've mentioned in the past, if you're using one word for your subject, then it needs to have, it needs to be plural, proper, or non-count. Just like if you use one word for your object, not multiple words, just one word, it needs to be plural, proper, or non-count. So this is my very basic structure, SVO. Now let's talk about modifiers. Modifiers are also a very specific list. It can be an article, or an adjective, or an adverb. Now also we can add a possessive adjective, but if we add a possessive adjective, we cannot have that with an article, so it would replace the article. You can choose possessive adjective or article, but you cannot have both. Possessive adjective or article, not both. So I'm going to just add maybe a few modifiers here. I'll make those in red just so we can see them different than the basic structure, SVO. Let me write that here so we have it, SVO. There's our basic structure. Adding the modifiers, I could say the monkeys. That's fine. Then I want to have a small m because it's the middle of the sentence. Okay, so the monkeys. But if I want to give more information, then I maybe would give an adjective here. The black monkeys. The black monkeys visit zoos. So if I rewrote this, and instead of an article, maybe I want to use a possessive adjective instead, then I could say it like this. Her green, I'm just going to change the adjective there just for fun. So we have a possessive adjective here. We have an adjective here. We cannot have an article because now we have a possessive adjective. They don't work together. They have to be one or the other, possessive adjective or article. So her green monkeys. Now I want to add a modifier for the verb. How often do they visit zoos? Maybe we say seldom. Seldom means not very much. They seldom visit the zoos. There's our adverb. What kind of zoos do they visit? Maybe they visit the zoos. The zoos. So we have an article. Maybe they visit the city zoos. So now we have an article and an adjective. Notice how our sentence is already significantly longer just by adding modifiers. Her green monkeys seldom visit the city zoos. Our sentence is much longer just adding the modifiers, but we're adding them using correct rules, that adjectives and articles modify the subject, verbs are modified by an adverb, and objects are modified by an article, adjective, or possessive adjective. All right, now the third step here is adding the details. The simplest way to add a detail is to add a prepositional phrase. So let's just say, on Fridays, make that capital, on Fridays, comma, her green monkeys seldom visit the city zoos. Maybe Thursdays they do, but Fridays, no. So right here is our PP. We have a prepositional phrase with preposition plus noun. On Fridays, her green monkeys seldom visit the city zoos. I'm going to just add a prepositional phrase in the middle because it's kind of fun. Let's see, the monkeys from Florida. So again, we have a preposition, a noun, prepositional phrase, PP. Okay, so on Friday, comma, her green monkeys from Florida seldom visit the city zoos. Maybe the monkeys from Pennsylvania do, but not the ones from Florida. Okay, so this is one way to add details. The second way we can add is by adding an interjection. So an interjection at the beginning, we can just say, oh, right? Interjection. It's a little bit separate from the sentence. It has its own punctuation. Oh, here's our interjection. Interjection. Oh, on Fridays, her green monkeys from Florida seldom visit the city zoos. And there we go. We've got our big, long, fat sentence starting with our basic structure, SVO, building with the modifiers, article, adjective, adverb, and maybe possessive adjective, and then third step, we add the details, prepositional phrases, and interjections. And that is how you build a sentence in English.